Here's the deal. LeBron James, no one is disrespecting LeBron James. The man just finished averaging 30 in his 19th season at age 37. He's absolutely phenomenal. We've never seen it in our lifetime, somebody to be this old, this great in terms of basketball parlance. What I was saying, Jay, weeks ago was, you have nothing else. In the case of Anthony Davis, everyone knows he's a star when healthy, but he's so injury prone, no one has faith that he'll be healthy enough to really give you what you need from him. So his trade value is diminished because of that. And because of the season Russell Westbrook just had, although I have faith he will resurrect himself and make amends for the season he just had, a lot of people are not inclined to deal with him either, even though he's approaching the last year of a deal paying him $47 million. So what I said, Jay, was if you had LeBron James on the market, just imagine the calls that would come in and what people would be willing to give you for him, because he's box office, he's great, he's a leader, he's a champion, and there's almost nothing they wouldn't do. Most teams in the league, not all, most teams in the league, there's almost nothing they wouldn't do to get their hands on him. That's all. Because I said, you're not doing but so much anyway. So it should at least be considered. That's all I said.
Operative word, considered.
So that's it. Okay. So Rich Paul, Mr. Sensitive, you know what I'm saying? I know people need a man with sensitivity, but damn it, not today. The bottom line is it's not necessary, okay? So, to make sure we assuage the concerns of Rich Paul, could y'all give me my ticket, please? I want to make sure we're doing this. I want to make sure we're doing this, Jay.
You really have a ticket?
We got. Look at that. Great husband.
Oh, yeah.
Great father. Generous philanthropist. Hold on. Wait a minute. Read it. The LeBron James Family Foundation, the I Promise School, fostering positive change in the community. Hollywood power broker, great actor, clutch player, clean diet, handsome, all around good guy, great human being, phenomenal father, phenomenal family man and husband. You understand? One of the greatest wives on the planet. Who could ever throw any shade on Savannah? She's the best. Okay. Did I miss anything? Because the Rich Pauls are where they get sensitive. Did I miss anything, Jay? I just want to make sure. Is there a category? Did you see the movie Trainwreck? It was phenomenal. LeBron James.
He was really
fantastic.
He was really good in that. And that was a really funny movie.
With Amy Schumer, right?
Yes,
that was
He was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
Great act. Did I have that up there? Did I have great act up there? Did I have great act up there? I can't see from this distance with the low funds. I can't see it. There's great actor up there. Okay, thank you very much. So we got all of it. Did I miss anything, Jay?
No.
Did I miss anything? Floor's yours.
I don't agree with everything that Rich Paul says. Him and I talk a lot.
Yes. Yeah, who doesn't talk to Rich Paul?
But what I will say is, I think this might be the most insulting thing I've ever heard you say about LeBron James.
Oh, God. How's it insulting?
Because we are talking about one of the two greatest players to ever play on this planet.
Yes.
And when you start throwing in a guy who just won a championship 2.5 years ago, I've never, ever could imagine you saying the Bulls should think about trading Michael Jordan.
They weren't losing.
I never could imagine hearing you say the Lakers should think about trading Kobe Bryant. So if we're talking about one of the greatest to ever do it, the most erroneous thing I think you could say, who just came off having an MVP season, who just won you a championship. Now, if you want to talk about AD, trading AD, I know there's going to be issues with that, Russell Westbrook, but let's stop saying we should think about trade LeBron James with the Lakers. The Lakers are a legacy franchise. Right. Can you imagine how the backlash that would be on a legacy franchise talking about trading a legacy player like LeBron James
right now? Let me go to
That's crazy.
You know what we're discovering?
Erroneous.
You know what we're discovering right now?
What?
We're discovering right now, I'm not his boy. He ain't got no love for me.
I got love for you.
I'm gonna explain how. Because we all know where I want to be. We all know where I want to be. I would love to be in LA. I'm not saying that LeBron James should be traded or anything like that because of LeBron.
But just even throwing it out there makes people consider it.
I'm saying, as phenomenal as he is, he's all they have.
Yes.
They have nothing else.
Go down with the ship,
They
LA.
have nothing else.
Go down with the ship.
He's not saying it's a slight at LeBron.
I'm complimenting
LeBron
him.
individually had an incredible season.
But it is a slight to LeBron, even if that's not the way he's saying it.
I'm complimenting him.
It is. You know why? Because they're saying at this stage of your career, at 37, having an MVP caliber year, we need to do what's best in our franchise, and we're going to let you figure it out on your own.
No.
Don't
Not figure it out on your own. Maybe he could go to a better situation.
That's right.
It's a great thing. He's in LA.
He's been
Has
to
this
different
man not
places.
talked?
He's been to four different franchises.
Put the headliner back up there. Put all of LeBron James accolades up there. Put it. Now y'all going to go commercial. I get 2 minutes and y'all go to commercial.
I need a 3-minute timeout from both of you right now. It's getting very loud in here.
All this stuff that he's doing, look at this.
Go to commercial. Would
Look
someone
at that.
listen to me?
I promise, all this, he's been able to leverage all that while being in LA. He likes his family in LA. He likes his wine in LA. Now you're going to try to say, oh.
He likes his wine in LA. Is that really what we're doing?
That's what I just said on national TV. Yes.
Let's go to commercial.
This man deserves to be treated like a king on his way out.
Lakers owner said, I want him to feel confident in the team that we have the pieces to win a championship. He has to be happy. I want to make sure that he's happy. This is the 4th time LeBron has missed the postseason. Perk, I'll start with you. Have you missed having LeBron in these playoffs?
It's crazy that I'm about to say this, but hell no, I don't miss him. And you know why I don't miss him? Listen, because now we have to figure out, we have to come to a moment where it's going to be okay that LeBron James is not going to be with us anymore. And right now I'm watching the playoffs and I'm watching guys like Luka Doncic, I'm watching Devin Booker, I'm watching Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm watching Joel Embiid, the list goes on. I'm watching all these younger guys, the future of the NBA, rise to the occasion. And I'm watching some pretty damn good basketball. I'm watching some good basketball on the offensive end, and I'm getting a chance to watch other superstars, and the world is able to see other superstars. And it's about damn time. Look, and sooner or later, LeBron James is going to be gone, okay? He's 37 years old. He's going to be 38 next year. And I will say this, the ratings haven't dropped. So that means that other people around the world don't miss him as much either.
That's not true. That's not true, because you can love, you can love both. You can deal with both, rather. You can sit up there and love NBA basketball and love playoff action, and it's lived up to what we speculated about at the beginning of the season when you talking about 5, 6 legitimate title contenders. It's lived up to that based on these series that we have watched unfold. There is no doubt about that, but you can still love the game, and the ratings don't have to drop, and still find yourself saying, damn, I wish LeBron James was around. I wish LeBron James was here. And here's why. It's not just because he's a 4-time champion, been to 10 NBA finals, produced historically in the postseason or whatever, what he means to the game, but it's also because of how we just saw him perform. He just finished averaging 30 this year. It ain't like he fell off a cliff. He was balling. From a player's perspective, maybe from a leadership, that pseudo GM position, you could fault him. But as a player, you can't fault the kind of year LeBron James had and what he gave you when he stepped out on the floor. And one of the things that you'll appreciate, KP, is when I say this to you. One of the greatest parts about seeing the young thoroughbreds come onto the scene and perform is when they're knocking off the Goliath. They're knocking off the tried and the proven en route to their ascension. So in other words, if you saw whatever great names you see along the way, and they're performing, if they knocked off LeBron James en route to that in a postseason competition, you'd love it even more, because he's not absent and apart. You don't look at LeBron James and go like this, it's over. You know, you had your time. Your time is up because you know you're just not what you used to be. That's not what you're seeing from LeBron. You're seeing a LeBron James that should have been there if he had the right teammates around him. That's what you're seeing, and I think that's what we have to appreciate.
Yeah, but Stephen A., Braun, again, is about to be 38 years old. In about 7 years, he's going to qualify for his pension. Okay, what I'm trying to explain,
relax with this
what I'm trying to explain to you is this. LeBron James is already my GOAT, and I'm not even about to go there with you about the GOAT.
Don't go there with me. Don't go there. I got him number 2. You got him number 1. I got him number 2.
That's cool.
You're wrong. I'm right. Continue.
No, that's not true.
That is true. Go ahead.
No, it's not. But listen, here's the thing. All I'm saying is this. We've watched so many greats, man, when they walk away from the game and we wonder, how is it going to be? You know, is the game still going to be the same? Or we going to enjoy the game of basketball when they walk away? I'm the last person that's taking LeBron James for granted. Now, I would love to see him play however long he can, especially at this level. All I'm saying is that in these playoffs, we haven't missed him. And that's a great thing for the NBA.
Well, I'm saying we still miss him because even as you watch these playoffs, as fantastic as it is, you know, with competition coming forth, if he had been in the playoffs and got knocked off, then you would be 1,000% correct. But the fact that he played the way that he played, and you see from an organizational perspective, he didn't have the pieces around him that he needed. And so a career kind of season was wasted, and he still has so much to give to the game. It's not about your age. It's not about the time you put in. It's not about it being somebody else's turn. If he had the right parts around him, it would still be his turn, arguably, or somebody would ascend even higher because they would have knocked him off to get to the perch that they're in search of. So I take that into consideration, and I say, excuse me, LeBron James still has a lot to give. I know I miss him. I wish he was still playing. I would have loved to see somebody going to LA to try to knock off LeBron James.
You just want to be in LA.
Yeah.
Well, that is
always about the same.
That is true. That's not the only reason I said what I said, but damn it, I ain't going to sit there and call you a liar.